this video, I want to talk about 7 ways that divorce is a different experience for children than from their parents. The first way that divorce is different for parents is that parents have warning that something is not right in the relationship. Parents may have been thinking about ending the relationship for months or even years. Sometimes the breakup will come as a surprise for one parent, but definitely there is a parent or both parents who know that something is not working with the relationship. However, children, even though they might know that their parents aren't getting along, have no idea that divorce is about to happen. And so children often find themselves shocked, unprepared, or just surprised by the fact that something that they might have even been afraid of or thinking about is actually happening. A second thing is that parents, or adults in this case, have a context for loss, grief, for relationships coming to an end, for big changes. And parents have been through difficulties over their life, and they've had experience adjusting, adapting, and moving forward. For kids, the breakup might be the very first and the most significant loss or change in their life so far. They don't have the luxury of experience to help them navigate and to help them know that things will eventually settle back down and life will move on. A third difference is that parents, or at least one of the parents, sees the divorce or the breakup as a way to end an unhappy chapter of their life. The relationship has not gone the way that they hoped or expected, and they feel like their only option is to end the relationship. There will be some parents, when the breakup or the divorce happens, who actually feel a sense of relief. However, for the children see it as the end of the only world that they have ever known. Of course, here it's worth pointing out that in violent or abusive relationships where children are impacted or potentially impacted, their experience of the divorce, of their parents separating, may be very different. They may experience, along with their sadness and their confusion, they may also experience a sense of relief that that difficult chapter of their life is over. But for children who grow up in low conflict families, where there's not violence or abuse or a lot of danger for them, they see the end of their parents' relationship as a real end of the best thing that they've known. A fourth difference has to do with the fact that parents have support and support networks, or they know where they can find it. They have friends, families, they have coworkers, they can read books about life after divorce. They can pursue counseling or join a support group. They may even have a new partner that they're looking to for support and encouragement. However, for children, they may have access to some of those things, but it's not likely that they have that fully developed support network. For them, their parents are often their support network. And when that relationship ends, the children are losing a very significant support. And of course, for children who are very young, they don't have the ability or the capacity to talk with a therapist about their problems, to read a book, or to reflect on what's happened in their life. A fifth difference is that parents are mentally and emotionally developed. They have a lifetime of learning to manage emotions, learning how to reflect on experiences, learning how to deal with conflict, loss, grief, and change. Children, however, even teenagers, are in a very different state mentally, cognitively, emotionally, and socially. They are still in the midst of learning how to navigate their emotions, their choices, their relationships. So of course, when divorce or breakup is so difficult for adults, of course it's going to be much more difficult for children. A sixth way divorce is different for parents than for children is that parents, even the one maybe who didn't want the relationship to end, has a sense of hope for the future. They have this idea that they may find love again. They may be able to create a life that's more in line with what they've wanted or dreamt of. Children, on the other hand, are often simply overwhelmed with their sadness, their confusion, their grief, and they do not have the ability to picture the future as being good and beautiful. For them, the only world they have known is falling apart around them, and it makes sense that they are afraid and confused and worried. A seventh way that divorce is different for parents than children is that parents have a greater sense of control and agency over their future and what's going to happen. Even if one parent didn't want the relationship to end, they still have a sense that they can make decisions about their future. They have a say in where they're going to live, what their job is going to be, future relationships that they're going to pursue. But children, on the other hand, had no say in the relationship ending. And depending on their age and their parents, they may have little or no say in the decisions moving forward, including where they live, who they live with, the school that they go to, and the new people that are entering their family. So as you can see, there are many, and there are many more ways that divorce is a different experience for children than for parents. In order to understand the experience of children of divorce, it can be really helpful to look at the divorce and the life after the divorce through the lens of a child. It's tempting to look at that experience through the lens of an adult, somebody who can understand rationally, who can see the pros and cons, who has hope for the future. So I hope this video has helped you a little bit to put yourself in the shoes of a child of divorce and how they might be looking at the experience that they're going through. If this has been helpful to you, and if you'd like to learn more about the experience of children of divorce and adult children of divorce, please like and subscribe to my channel.